you so much, everyone, for coming to tonight's event, especially for design lovers and the design community. Today, we are so lucky to have Jomo Tariku in the building tonight. He's only here briefly in Ethiopia. Jomo is a seasoned industrial designer. He's extremely an expert in his field. And now, later in life, he's reached really amazing commercial success. So we're here tonight to kind of crack Jomo's design code and kind of pick his brain and figure out what his journey was and what insights he has for us along the way. So thank you, Jomo, for being here.
Thank you, Metasebia.
Tell us a little bit about your design aesthetic and your design philosophy.
So the way I've approached it is I knew I just cannot be complaining, saying, hey, we're not represented, our design concepts are not. If I claim I'm a designer, that I need to develop my own design language that hopefully will be part of a larger design vocabulary in the future. So the goal was never to be, hey, this is me and this is the only way to approach something. So as of late, the way I approach things is, number one, my inspirations, I intentionally make sure they come from the continent of Africa. Most of it has been from sub-Saharan Africa, and most of it has been from Ethiopia, because that's a culture that's closest to me, and that's where I grew up, and I can make the connection. But it's a simple fact of taking non-furniture materials or artifacts and trying to see if I can extract something interesting out of that. That's one. If I'm looking at a pre-existing furniture, is asking myself, can I elevate this and put my own signature? And can I approach it in a different way than it was traditionally made? So the goal is never just to exactly copy.
So basically, the first time we exhibited Design Week was 2015. And we were just trying to organize the creative community, create like a vibe for the creative industries here. And so we did it. It was a one weekend event and multiple different kind of designers exhibited. And I just saw Jomo's work and I was like, please. So he let me show it. The first year that we did Design Week, Dubai Design Week called us. They contacted us and they said, we didn't even know there is design in Africa. We're like, yeah, there is definitely design in Africa. This is other design. Yeah. But they said, well, come and we'll give you a booth and bring 2 designers. So I was like scrambling to find even 2 designers. I went, man, look, we're filled whole room. Then I couldn't even find 2 that were, good enough to represent Ethiopia. I know. So I tracked him down and I said, okay, do you have anything more than a 3D rendering? Because we have space. This is very expensive space. They're giving us space. They're flying it out. We need this furniture in real life. Yeah. And so he just decided to make it happen.
Well, we came and the reaction was, you were there. So I was totally shocked by how people reacted to our booth.
Sometimes when you think you're the underdog, you're actually in an advantage.
A whole bunch of media came. Prior to that, I've only had 2 media coverage, 8 years. And then suddenly at this show, we had all this media people who showed up and wrote either a short or long article.
You focus on furniture design, but specifically within furniture, you have like an obsession with chairs. Why chairs? What about chairs? What is it?
A couple of things. One of them is, I really believe, and if you ask most furniture designers what's the most difficult thing to design, it's a chair. It has many reasons for saying that. One of them is it has to be, unless it's a sculptural piece, it has to function. Yeah, you have to be able to sit on it. And there are, other considerations related to also the engineering of it, the making of it, how do you put it together? Yeah, so it has to last a long time unless it's a throwaway piece that you're thinking. So there's that fact of it. And the other part is I live in a townhouse, it's a small space in the US. So chairs and stools just fit in within that model of thinking for me, saying if I'm trying to elevate myself and leave a stamp in the design world, and if furniture is my way, I think I should start with chairs.
Tell us a little bit about where do you see your career going?
So one recent project has nothing to do with furniture. It's just I can't announce it yet, but it's a sculpture project that looks back at the 250 years of since America has been formed, and that will be celebrated. And I just won that competition.
Congratulations!
No, thank you. That was an exciting project. It came out of nowhere. I was selected as one of 6 to submit, and I was surprised I won it. But we put together again how important storytelling is.
So I know you've had some one-on-one time with some special designers tonight, but in general, what advice would you give to aspiring designers, especially from the continent, who may not have, traveled the journey that you've done, and maybe so they can leapfrog a little bit?
So my advice, number one advice, and what I've been saying since I've been in Addis is always be prepared, work on your craft, be the expert as much as possible. If you're passionate about it, I don't complain when I'm doing design. I complain once in a while. But I'm always having my small sketch pad with me everywhere. I go visit my in-laws, but sketch pad is with me. So being prepared is number one. And number two, it's been a learning experience for me also, because I saw different styles, different approaches, the creative approach that I'm not used to in the US, because relatively speaking, it could be easier for me in the US because I'm not challenged with access to material. Material is expensive, but if I want a specific type of wood in whatever quantity, it's not an issue in the US. So even within that restraint, I'm seeing amazing creativity here, and it should be encouraged. Continue what you're doing at Design Week, because it's a good platform to engage and show what you call as design economy. And just generally speaking for the country, I wish there was a report actually that is put together with data and statistics, how much the design economy actually contributes to Ethiopia.
So how do you balance the creative and the commerce?
You really have to have a very good business mind. You have to. Because if you're going to pursue this as a passion, well, somebody has to pay the bills, So having either a good business partner or just you having a good business mindset is a must. And that's another lesson from my, Jomo design from 2008. I need to be efficient and wise with the amount of money I make. You have to be mindful of making sure you're financially wise. You easily lose thousands and thousands of dollars because you dealt with somebody that was not good at what they claimed, and it's all on you. It's not like you can sue them or anything. You just eat up.
It's your name, your brand.
So there is a lot of risk, but the return is just as good as well.
As rewarding.
Yeah.
So lastly, what is the legacy you hope to leave behind for the world, but especially for Africa?
Well, legacy-wise is changing the canon, So next time the next generation goes to design school, they see the design language that we're trying to get it canonized is there, So for me, legacy-wise is not only, I designed a beautiful piece and it's in a museum. Obviously it is, that's part of your legacy. But it is to make sure our thinking is included. The way we approach things is included. Our crafts are included. They're not something where they label them as ethnic or, some tribal art is here. So that mindset has to change. And if I play one role in that change, then I'll be happy.
Thank you again, Jomo, for lending your time. And as Jomo recommended, we urge you to, stay tuned into Design Week Addis Ababa and DinkTv for more opportunities like this to connect. Thank you again.